happy enough about that. See the reflection in the window.
No, it's the surface work.
That is amazing. My name's Ozzy, I'm a Unite member in Cambridge. I'm protesting outside Tesco's on Mill Road today because of the appalling way they've been treating their drivers in Doncaster. They've all 200 odd of them. They've told them they've transferred to Eddie Stobart Limited. Eddie Stobart issued them 90 days redundancy notices, and so these poor blokes are going to be out of work for Christmas, and they've been offered to be rehired at Stobart terms and conditions which are less than the Tesco's ones. I mean, this is just a blatant case of union busting, and we're not going to stand for it. So we're outside protesting outside Tesco stores nationally today, all across the country, and we're doing this one in Cambridge. Hopefully it'll be quite a good day.
Go ahead.
So we're here to show solidarity with the Tesco's workers that have been outsourced to Stobart and then sacked. I think like outsourcing is something that we're seeing increasingly across like all sectors of workers. So that in higher education, in some sectors trying to outsource like staff to private contractors, and at London Met they also try and do that, but the unions ran a successful campaign against that outsourcing, and it shows that like when unions and workers unite together that we can win. And I think like that's why we're sort of showing solidarity with the Tesco's workers today, because I think it's about their struggle, but it's also about the wider struggle against privatisation, against companies like Tesco's who make massive profits, trying to squeeze even more out of their workers.
My name's Ozzy, I'm a Unite activist in Cambridge. We've been down here outside Tesco's on Mill Road, handing out these leaflets in support of soon to be sacked Doncaster Tesco drivers. Tesco's are basically doing a union busting operation. They've taken their entire workforce, directly employed by Tesco's, transferred into Eddie Stobart's Limited, who issued a 90-day notice of redundancy, got rid of their pension, and is now offering to re-employ them on Stobart terms and conditions which are worse. These poor guys only earn £9 an hour. It's a blatant case of union busting, and that's why we're protesting outside Tesco stores today. And Richard here.
Hey up. I'm Richard Allday, I'm the chair of the Regional Industrial Sector for Road Transport in London and Easton. And I'm very, very pleased to be able to come up here and support a protest organised by a leading activist in Cambridge, Ozzy, showing solidarity with our fellow drivers up in the Northwest. To be honest, this is not a Northwest issue. We are seeing in workplace after workplace now employers using every trick in the rule book to try and cut wages and conditions to increase hours. And I think a lot of people don't realise that they talk about road transport being a highly regulated industry. 44-tonne drivers are on the motorways of this world legally for 15-hour shifts. And that is not enough for Tesco's. They're not satisfied with getting 15 hours out of them. They also want to drive down their wages and conditions. I work out of the biggest container port in the country in Felixstowe, and we have drivers on articulated lorries driving 44 tonnes for £6.70 an hour. Those are the wages that Tesco's want to see brought in, that Stobart want to see brought in, and they are one of the reasons for the increasing number of fatal accidents on our roads in this country, because drivers are driving overtired, overstretched, rushing to make unrealistic deadlines, and they are working every hour in the book because the wages are so low, it's the only way they can keep their families going. So thank you very much, Ozzy, on behalf of drivers in this region and the Tesco's drivers of in Doncaster.
Solidarity, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Solidarity.
Right.